Є сподівання, що більше з вас трохи розуміє англійську мову, то я буду продовжувати на англійську. Добре? Well, my name is Volodymyr, as Victoria said. First of all, I'm sorry for interrupting your very nice experience of food intake. I understand that you gained some utility from that. I also hope that your utility got to some satiation point and we can continue with linear algebra now. I teach mathematics here at KSE. I teach for the first 2 semesters. In the next year, I will probably teach in the 5th term as well, which means we are going to meet at least 3 semesters out of 5 next year. I also determine what is going to be on the entrance examination. So it basically depends on me what you are going to pass as mathematics exam. And we decided that the exam in mathematics this year is going to be slightly different from previous. First, this is going to be a little bit shorter. Before we had the exam in mathematics for about 2 hours long. This year is going to be only 1 hour. Which means that you still are required to cover all those topics which are in your entrance papers or in the website. However, you should not expect that all of those topics are going to be on the exam, of course. Second, I think that this year some of the problems are going to be a little bit simpler, but on the other hand, the threshold of the exam is going to be higher. Because last year there was a number of very difficult problems and threshold was something like 4 points out of 30. This year we can test more basic knowledge, but it means we will require that more people will know this basic stuff. And what I am going to cover today and during the next 2 open houses is basically what is covered in the regular course of mathematics for economists, which is confirmed by our University of Education, and usually this is taught during 1 or 2 semesters in every economic university in Ukraine. If you didn't have such a luxury of having 2 courses of mathematics, then I recommend you to choose pretty much every book in mathematics for economists, and this should be enough. And also you should stress more solving problems rather than studying the theory. The list of the literature is on their website, but again this list is very suggestive because now the number of books is really overwhelming and you can get any book you want. And also you have to understand that the material that we are asking in the entrance exams and the material that I'm going to talk about today is at least 300 years old. And nothing new happened over this time. Because mathematics had advanced long enough, so it's not very much different what kind of book you get. It could be the book which was issued last year, it could be the book which was issued about 100 years ago, it's still going to be the same material. So don't worry, just get some mathematics problem book, solve all the problems and you will be fine. And now we'll get something from the linear algebra. I presume that you understand such very basic concepts as what the vector is and what the matrix is, and I'm not going to define them, so we'll start with very simple problems. We'll get some vector A, which is 2 and minus 3. We'll get some vector B, which is -4 and 6. We'll get some vector C, which consists of C1 and C2, and is 9 and minus 18, I guess. Now we have to solve the system of equations. Go ahead. You have a minute, maybe 2. So basically the problem is extremely simple, but this is written in a little bit different form than usually, and this might be the problem. So you should expect that some of the problems are going to be written in the matrix form, and a lot of stuff in economics is written in the matrix form. I hope that you came up with some solution already, right? Any solution? Hello?
6-1.
Good. At least one. So we can write this down as in this form, or we can define the matrix D, which is equal to 2 minus 3 minus 4 and 6. And we can write down the same equation, the same system of equations as dx transposed equals to c. And again, this is going to be the same system of equations. 2x1 minus 3x2 equals to 9. Negative x1 plus 9x2 equals to negative 18. One of the solutions is indeed 6-1. But actually, as far as I understand, this is not the only solution, right?
Yeah.
What are some other solutions possible?
And matrix B, it's minus 4 and 6, not minus 6, minus 9. And then solution is 3-2.
Actually, what we see here in this matrix is that the second equation is exact multiple of the first equation. The second equation is exact multiple of the first equation. So basically, it means that we are on the same line. That means that we have infinite number of solutions. But if we change any component of these matrices, if we change A1, A2, B1, B2, any of them, then we are going to have a system with only one solution, most likely. For most changes, okay? Because yes, we can find such ways so that we have again infinite many solutions. But if we change any one number, just only this, only this, only this, only this, we're going to have only one solution. On the other hand, if we change any of these ones, what happens? We won't have any solutions at all, right? So now we consider the same equation in the same matrix form. And now, how can we find xt out of this equation? We introduce so-called inverse matrix. We pre-multiply this the left-hand side by the same inverse matrix. We pre-multiply the right-hand side by the same inverse matrix. And as a result, we have a solution as t is equal to d minus 1c. However, if we look at the matrix D, which is 2 minus 3, negative 4, and 6, we can see that this matrix does not have an inverse. And one of the ways to make sure that there is no inverse is to find the determinant.
Zero.
And determinant of this matrix here is 0. So if the determinant is 0, there is no inverse. That means the system does not have a solution, but the solution still exists. But now we consider a little bit different matrix.